Brosplay! Hey, welcome to the Big Suck.
Gears of War. We are the cogs.
Override? Oh, it's on normal. Oh, jeez.
Wait, what was the first option before the difficulty option?
That was me destroying an old save file.
Oh, okay.
This might be the same voice actor who begins Lord of the Rings.
It sounds like her.
I can smell it in the air. Alright, we don't need this. We don't... Uh-oh. We might not be able to skip it. Uh-oh. Oh, we can't skip it.
I guess not.
Oh, jeez.
This is a really badass cinematic, though.
There we go, I got it.
What did you have to push?
Select.
Oh, okay.
Start pauses. Just a little FYI.
I like the games in the old days where you used to have to press multiple buttons to skip. Like hold L and R and then press triangle.
Would you like that?
And it's like a cheat code. You know, it's like...
You should never have to cheat the game.
It usually... Well, I was going to say it usually tells you, but there was no usually in old games. Jesus, you almost ran that dude over. Got enough casualties from the warfare.
That guy almost got run over again.
There's a hole in the ground they don't have covered up. What's going on here?
Yep.
I know, Marcus. I know.
Oh my goodness, they fucked her up.
Yeah, she looks awful.
Dom has never been properly animated. Like, even in the third game, he still looks terrible.
And has never showered. Once.
Maria!
Is that this game?
Ooh.
I'm inclined to skip training.
Alright.
I just really don't want to know how to crouch behind cover. And
Did you just see the frame rate dip?
it doesn't feel like it's really gone up.
No, it just dropped. Yeah, so
That is the lightest bag I've ever seen.
the joke here with Carmine, so in the first game there was Anthony Carmine and he gets his head blown off. That was actually in our playthrough. Now his brother, Ben Carmine, aka B Carmine, is in this one, and then the third game is Charlie or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's Charlie.
So he's C. So it's A, B, and C Carmine. It basically becomes a joke.
And then, have you played 4?
No.
Oh, okay.
If there's a D Carmine, that's not the worst thing.
Dwayne Carmine?
Dwayne, like 2 full syllables.
Yeah, like D-A-W-A. Dwayne.
Oh yeah, the door I've been trying to get through this whole fucking time.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, and then the cinematic. Thank you so much for... Why was I playing? That's my question.
Yeah, why was that a playable scene? Is this Ty?
Oh,
yeah.
I love Ty. This guy's great.
I just love how there's 2 types of soldiers. There's the good soldiers, and then the ones that look like Carmine.
Well, we're Gears. We're like an elite group, right? And then the rest of them are just like
Cogs.
bitch ass cogs. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. So then why do you have a cog? Or yeah, why do you have a cog in your group of Gears?
Cog is the term for our entire group.
It's just, why aren't you wearing helmets? Like, why does everyone else have helmets?
They don't do anything. They explain that in this game, actually. B Carmine is like, he's like, good thing is, he's like, I got a filter in my helmet, and then Marcus is like, yeah, but it's harder to see snipers, which is a fucking low blow considering his brother was killed by a sniper.
Yeah, well, Marcus is not particularly known for being a respectful person.
Or what was the other guy's name?
Which guy?
Dom? Rodriguez? Martinez?
Dom Martinez, that makes sense.
This game still feels pretty good, despite the 30 FPS. Like, it's kind of nice. I wish it ran smoother. I'm pretty sure the third game, they really figured out the smoothness.
Now that I'm realizing, like, the textures are really kind of bland.
Yeah, there's not a lot of color in this game. They added, like, red to this game, and then in the third game, they actually added green.
So they... Oh!
I'm really glad that scripted scene hit the CPU really hard. Couldn't have figured out how that one was going to play out.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. A known explosion and still couldn't handle it.
What happened?
I would put him out of his misery because the locust will if you don't.
No, I'm allowed to. No. I'm role playing.
Just leave a grenade. Just don't worry. Leave him a present.
Oh, leave. I thought you were making fun of me for not picking up a grenade.
It'd be great if the room collapsed, like the door just
That
filled
would be
in.
neato. I'm sure they did that in the 4th game. I'm sure they had advanced physics, increased polygon counts, slightly better shaders.
New seeds.
New seeds, yeah. But the shaders would like fuck the CPU. They're talking about the new Xboxes and PlayStations. Anyway,
You don't say.
they're talking about the new generation of gaming consoles, and they're basically trying to like sell them, right? You know, before they're even out.
Yeah.
And they're like frame rates like we've never seen, solid state drives, and it's like this is like 10 years ago information, big guy.
Like, did the Xbox One already have that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, the Xbox One and the PS4 both had hard disk drives. Like, solid state had been a standard for years before they released with hard disk drives. So now when you get like a 3 gigabyte update for a video game, you sit there for like half an hour copying it over because the hard drive is so shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And that's with the PS4.
Yeah,
Man.
it's awful.
I guess part of the reason they never went with it is it probably jacks up the price of the unit, just since the
Right.
solid states are still so much more expensive.
Holy shit, the frame rate.
Yeah, and I hate how that was a scripted scene, but you can put yourself in harm's way. Like, if you had gone running forward, that gunship would have shot you, too.
I don't know if they probably set friendly fire off.
And that's what I mean. So, like, don't put a scripted moment if it's not going to be a scripted moment.
Did you forget about that?
A little bit.
I forgot about that.
It's so slow, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's great in multiplayer because it's in one shot, but it's so slow.
It was terrible in multiplayer, dude. It was a complete shit show. It was just a crapshoot as to whether who. Can you turn it down for us? It's really fucking loud.
Sure.
Yeah, it was a crapshoot as to who won the chainsaw battle. It was completely random. Thank you. That is much easier to focus on myself and not yell for no reason.
That's right. They brought out chainsaw duels in the 3rd.
No, the second one has chainsaw duels.
Really?
But it's just about rapidly tapping the button. Like you just hit B over and over and over. This thing was always super accurate. Really appreciate that.
When you get an active, it gets smaller, right? The aimer?
Maybe. I remember if you got you can actually get a headshot, like decapitation with this thing.
Oh, that's pretty badass.
Let me try this out. Oops. Oops.
Oh, good
Okay.
enough.
Got
You don't need to be accurate when Ty's on your team.
fucked. Oh no. How did you know about that? Are you
Yeah.
working for the Locusts?
Yeah, why wasn't that the chick calling that out to us? Like, she's probably the one who saw it first on the sensors.
Did he just... That was it? That was it?
That was weird.
Alright, look at how underpowered... Like, look how hard they pushed the system. Look at the right side of the screen and watch the textures load in. There's like white lines on the edges. It was harder... It was easier to see.
Blur.
But
There's
like...
a lot of motion blur.
But like there's like white spaces because they haven't like you'll see like in the distance like doors and shit. Like this door was white for like a half second, and all that stuff kind of like builds up the longer you play a game. So it's like feel inconsistent, right?
Well, yeah, you just start to notice them more often. You're looking for them as well.
Well, I can't not see them now, so I'm sort of stuck in the
I never understood that. They call you hominid,
yeah.
but am I wrong, or is a hominid like the body shape, like the 2 legs and...
Is it?
I thought so. Because alien hominid, I'd always thought that's why it was named that, because it's like vaguely human in shape.
Oh.
Because it just doesn't make any sense why you would be a hominid, but they wouldn't.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't really put any thought into it.
It would have made more sense if they said surface dweller.
Service. It sounds like it
Service.
just sounds like somebody dude, kick those bodies around, bro. It sounds like
Dude,
they
roll on the body.
roll on the body.
Yeah, because if you're... Oh, it's too late now,
I
but
can't.
if you're
I'm-
lucky...
I'm stuck with my fingers on my head.
Yeah, I really hate these scenes. If you're lucky, you'll get the body caught between your legs and you'll hurl it
Oh
over
yes.
top of yourself.
Yo, Ronaldinho, that shit
Yeah.
in the air. Yeah, I remember that. Fuck,
Oh,
I was gonna
man.
finish that sentence. I probably should. I forgot what I was saying though.
Did it have to do with the frame rate and the loading in? The inconsistency?
I don't know.
Did it have to do
Probably wasn't important.
with the hammer burst?
Yeah, so they did not know what they wanted with this weapon, and they changed it in every game. It's never the same. There's even like a classic hammer burst in one of the games, I think. Like the first game, I think it was like rapid fire, and then this game it does this, and then the third game it does something else, I forget.
I didn't think they changed it from the first to the second, personally. I thought it was, it was definitely not rapid fire in either of the first
Sorry, not
two.
rapid fire, burst fire.
Oh.
That's why it's called a hammer burst.
In this, it's single fire?
Yeah.
Oh, so they did change it.
Yeah. Technically, it's still a burst of bullets.
Sort of.
So for those not familiar with the series, when I reload, there is a reload indicator that I have to hit within, like I have to hit the reload button again. If I hit it in this big wide area, it's just a reload. If I miss it, he jams. And if I hit it in that really tiny one, it's called an active reload. And you can see that one bullet is now flashing, and that is more damage. So there's a balance to when you reload. So if I shoot like 2 bullets and then go for an active, then I only have like 3 active bullets. But if I completely empty my clip, or go half and hit it, and don't hit it,
Yeah.
then I have half of a clip that does more damage, but only temporarily. So it's pretty much the only time I've ever seen reloading like really considered in a game.
Balanced properly. Because it actually pays to sit with 1 bullet in the clip.
Yeah.
There's no other
just-
game where it would pay to sit with 1 bullet in the clip.
In most games, like the only games where reloading is really considered, other than that, would be something like a simulator style game like Insurgency, where reloading actually tosses the mag away.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Siege actually has a tactical realism mode, just not available for any actual multiplayer. It's you can make custom games in tactical realism where like a bunch of extra things happen, including mags being thrown away. There's just no way to play it like publicly. They just fucking chickened out.
Yeah, that seems disappointing.
Yeah.
That seems like if you're gonna... Like, the game's already a pretty ultra-realistic shooter game.
It'd be great if there were more modes. We've been saying that for a while, but they're probably concerned about splitting the player base like like Battlefield does.
Yeah.
Battlefield has like 15 goddamn modes, man, and they make you pay for maps. They just want to divide their people.
Yeah. I just think that may be more interesting to the competitive market.
Maybe.
Just because whenever you get to a high level of competition, the more aspects you have to work with, the more competitive you can be, right? If throwing away a clip means you lose all your bullets, that's a new thing you can be better than the enemy at, is when to reload.
I would love a tactical realism mode. I would love like a mode that feels totally different, like a mode where they do a pick ban system the way that they do in League, where like you choose characters as you go, except each team chooses their attackers and defenders, and then it doesn't change for the rest of the game. On top of tactical realism, on top of a bunch of other things, I think it would be so crazy.
Well, that would make more sense. Like, this is supposed to be a training simulation. That's like the whole guise of the game, right?
Yeah. There's a little aimer. You see that aimer?
Yeah. It's neato.
Except you can't use it.
Rough.
Dude, to grandma there. This is like the same setup for where Carmine died the first time. That was like, I think that was a reference.
That was definitely a reference, especially after B Carmine just jammed his gun, which is how A Carmine got killed.
Well, he died because he was out of cover. Where are you going? That's fucking wasteful, man. Why put that guy there if he's not gonna fight me?
And you're right, he did die because he was out of cover, but it was because, like he was saying that his gun was jammed at the moment he got shot.
That's true.
Oh, god damn it, my gun is jammed. Splat.
Oh, god damn it, my frame rate is jammed.
Yeah, I would say it was about 20. Maybe a bit more.
It was a solid, consistent 25.
Okay.
I've seen slideshows better.
I love doing those aggressive slideshows.
Aggressive slideshows. You want to see an aggressive slide?
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Teleportation much?
So there was this thing you could do in multiplayer. I don't know what they called it, but if you found two spaces where there were like in like a doorway or something, I wonder if I can do it here. Yeah, where you can like slide here, slide here, slide here, slide here, and you just shoot while you're doing it.
That's not what they called roadie running.
No, roadie running was like a glitch you could do where you could like shoot while running, I think.
Oh.
Or I think I'm pretty sure the game calls roadie running just the thing you do where you run in this game. Like
yeah, I thought that was roadie
this was
running.
roadie running.
Yeah, this is roadie running. But I believe they called it wall bouncing, which is
wall bouncing,
super uninventive.
And just you like that and you that and you that.
You have to be so good at it.
It's really hard to do. You can't just rapidly press buttons because you'll start jumping like I'm doing.
It's like, do you know much about, fuck, I actually forget what they call it, wave dashing in Super Smash Bros?
Wave dashing?
Wave dashing. So you jump ever so slightly, and then you air dodge downwards towards the ground. And so because your character goes off the ground by like an inch, and then you dash downwards, they get like this diagonal movement.
Oh.
So that's how you move. Instead of actually running left or right, you just wave dash. You jump and dodge, jump and dodge, jump and dodge. So you like slide across the map, but it means you can attack while moving because you're not running.
It's playtesting is an appreciated job. Like it's such an important thing to let a person who's never played the game try to fuck with it.
Absolutely.
And you should really encourage, like, you should be paying bonuses to people who figure out how to exploit your games. I think that, like, some game companies have done things where they try to get, like, the public to do it, and that actually is, like, super effective. Because the amount of shit that... Sorry, I got really, like, distracted by what Dom was about to say. Remember he said something about, like, yeah, get out of here, you fools!
Yeah, running's not gonna help!
yeah. Oh, look at this long-armed... Is that supposed to be his father? No. You can play as this guy in the third game. That's
this
right.
Guy?
Yeah, in the third game, they're like, all right, the locust thing is worse than ever, and you can play as everybody. So you can play as this guy, you can play as the colonel in the background, you can play as Fiona or whatever her name is.
E-Day. I love that concept.
All right. So a little background about these characters. Oh, I missed the big suck.
You did.
I missed the big suck. How would I know that was part of the same fucking cinematic?
Oh man.
Aww.
Oh man. Hey gentlemen, welcome to the big suck.
Yeah, that's something that Dizzy says to you. Or Dizzy is his name?
Dizzy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Dizzy.
Marilyn.
I love that. That's actually one of my favorite aspects of like war and war media,
Female
like culture.
names.
Yeah, exactly. You got this ridiculous warship and it's named Evelyn.
Yeah, that's pretty common. Look at that first person. Wow.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
This game series spawned a series of rip-off cover shooters. And it was a pretty bad era for video games. At the same time, some of the best games ever came out in 2008. BioShock, COD 4, a couple others I've forgotten.
BioShock is a badass game.
BioShock's phenomenal.
The storyline, the gameplay.
Inspired Prey, which is one of the best games ever. Oh
I
yeah,
didn't know that.
Hugely inspired. Well, I think it was partially inspired by System Shock, which BioShock was inspired by, so.
Okay. How did you feel about BioShock 2?
Lukewarm?
Yeah, it was very similar.
I think making you a Big Daddy was not a great decision as, like, an overall, like... Maybe to make you a Big Daddy by the end would have been pretty neat, but, like...
Did they make you Big Daddy in that?
Yeah, you're Big Daddy from the start of the game.
Oh, that's like the whole premise?
Yeah, and you help little sisters out.
And you have to fight the big sisters.
And then you have to fight big sisters, yeah.
Yeah. I did like the first game when you had to, like, partially become a Big Daddy.
I forget that.
You had to, like, put on all the suit and armor and stuff, and you had to escort the girl around to get enough Atom.
Am I supposed to be shooting these?
I think so, but it's really hard to tell.
I love that you can aim without, or you can shoot without aiming. Really adds to the realism. That is how it's done, eh? Like with big weapons like this in real life, you don't like. It's really hard to aim down the sights of a giant LMG. So you use every third round as a tracer round. Makes it easier to see where you're shooting.
Yeah, so you get this like this line from you to the target.
Yeah. Why?
Also,
Why? Why would they explode?
what was great though is that guy just popped out of his seat, still sitting. What I don't understand is why there's a road.
Well,
who put this road in?
We did probably. But look at this as an example. The game is running smoothly at 30, which means that the rest of the game, like that whole hospital scene, was not 30. This is nice and smooth. If the game ran like this all the time, it would be great, but it doesn't.
Weird that it runs like this outside.
It's because these are pre-rendered backgrounds. You can't get to those. These are like basically still images with various little like bits of effects to create an illusion. Whereas in the first level, you could get up to all the textures, so everything was like constantly changing and being animated. Look, you can tell it's a level. Like the game has such a rigid design idea that you can tell as you approach something that it's a level.
It's not background.
It's great. I love it.
And I just love how all of them are fine after that basically fall down the ladder.
Yeah, that's fine.
The gears are amazing. Just their strength is unbelievable.
The I don't have grenades, but I have a shotty. Shotgun.
Shotty.
You know,
I wonder if shorty came from the word shoddy. I've always been curious about that.
No.
No. Where do you think that comes from? Is it just because girls are usually shorter than guys?
I think it's a combination of social fabric.
Social fabric? What does that mean? Is that a type of cotton?
Yes. I had two failed reloads in one playthrough.
Yeah, bro, you're playing this so hard. That guy's about to execute you.
I'm just being, I'm having fun. I'm mixing things up. B. Carmine was over here with a sniper rifle, close up. Like, don't give me shit.
Can you swap that for his?
You might be able to ask for it.
Yeah, I want to see if you can do that after this is over.
It's never over, brother. It never ends.
It never ends.
Can I have that?
Time for war.
I swear one of the games you could do that. I think it's the third game where they let you do that.
I didn't really play the third game, so I feel like it was probably this one. I just don't know if you can do it in combat.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe it's, yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. Because I want that sniper rifle.
I want that sweater.
Give me that sweater. Give me them chips.
That was Julian Smith. My gaggy gave it to me. You're gagging? No, my gaggy.
That was maybe one of the best lines in any of his videos.
You're gagging?
Excuse me, you're gagging? Oh, man. Julian Smith was very clever.
Still is, dude.
I just don't have exposure to him anymore.
Well, he doesn't make YouTube videos anymore because they don't encourage high quality.
No, they don't.
Or quality, actually, I should say.
YouTube also doesn't encourage loyalty.
No.
It doesn't seem like. Unless... No, yeah, they don't encourage loyalty because they even were giving PewDiePie a bunch of hard time. Oh, jeez. During the first adpocalypse. Even though you have to imagine if there's anyone they should be loyal to, it's their #1 most subscribed person. And I know he was just passed by...
No.
Yeah, he was.
No,
Yeah.
it's back and forth, though. It's a never-ending
Well, the other one's
cycle.
over 100.
Over 100, really.
Yeah,
And
I checked it
It's
recently.
one guy competing with a fucking company.
I
Like,
know.
It's not really even a fair conversation. He's also never really been, like... He's never really, like... He's never really cared.
Well, and most of those people don't watch his content either.
Yeah, he's not really... Yeah.
There's no way 90 million people watch.
Most people's ratios are 80-20 anyway. Like, it's not...
Yeah.
And you have, like, you have, like, certain people who have really accurate counts. Like, Game Grumps have, like, at times it's been like a 50% of their subscriber base is their
Wow.
regular viewer base, which is extraordinary. Which comes from not marketing yourself incorrectly. They present themselves as what they present.
Yeah, because I bet you of their audience, probably 80% of them watch on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah.
Maybe not every video, but they watch, more than people do of PewDiePie's.
Yeah.
Very much the same way. I'm subscribed to a couple channels I haven't watched in a year.
I'm subscribed to like 150 channels on our channel.
Yeah.
And I watch like 2 of them because most of them are time wasters. It's really hard to
Hard to put up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like a time waster, a time wasting rambler. Call him the Rambler. He's the gambler because he's gambling my fucking time away. Would say something like, the second game brings back the 4 game modes, and you may recognize that one of them is not what you recognize because it was not in the first one. Whereas someone who actually writes their videos would say, the second game has the same 3 as the first game, but an additional one.
Yeah.
Like, that's because they wrote it, instead of just going like, I'm just going to turn on this microphone. Fuck off.
Yeah, I've noticed that quite a bit. It's just... there's
so
no urgency.
Much time wasting. It's because they're encouraged to spend time, not quality.
And also because the viewers are not holding them accountable for that. The viewers are allowing them to take that period of time and still watching it.
Right. It's because a lot of people don't actually watch YouTube. They're like half in it all the time.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Although I did hear the other day someone who's starting a new channel. They did a live stream and they got 400 subscribers from doing the live stream. So I'm wondering if that's kind of like the Twitch effect where like people would rather watch something live, so they're just looking for a stream.
Maybe.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Welcome back to Brosplay TV. Up next. What's going on here?
We should do Brosplay Radio.
I don't want to do that.
Why not? We could get up at like 5 in the morning and do radio while everyone's on their commute to work.
Yeah?
I'm kidding. That sounds awful.
What the fucking... There's like one guy left. The game's just glitched out. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here either. Go down the E-hole. Shove it in the E-hole.
You're supposed to defeat them and go back to your ship. Look at all these guns.
Maybe just go back to the ship, see what happens.
Oh yeah, I could be...
Did you just give up your Lancer?
Big dummy, yeah. I forgot that I had a shotty. Yeah, maybe it is just... Maybe I'm supposed to just go back. Do you see that pop in? Let me shot it again. No. It, like...
I saw what you meant, that something was wrong.
The vehicle, like all of the textures popped in on this over here. Boy. It was not this critical back in the day.
They really shouldn't have kept the music on.
Yeah, really. It makes it feel very, like, much more intense than it should be. What happened to them?
You took too long.
I didn't take too long.
Yes, you did, so they died.
They need to pay attention. Uh-oh.
This thing is remarkably level for all the shit it's going over.
Yeah. Did you notice what the name of what these things are called?
Assault derricks?
Assault derricks?
Yeah.
Except they're spelled like the long-ass version of derrick.
Which I think is how they spell oil derrick as well. I've just never understood where that term comes from. I've also never asked.
It's very close to derelict.
Oh, like when something's derelict. Whoa, did you see that?
No.
The grid popping in?
No.
The grill on the front was like... You know how like when a tire goes so fast it's going backwards? That's what it looked like.
Look at the way that everything fell apart like that, like all at the same time.
How convenient.
How convenient. Oh. Oh.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, I remember this. Oh,
okay,
hi.
yeah, bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit the, I'm gonna shoot his wrist rockets. Make sure. Oh, okay. Are we gonna hit him in the face? Get him! Get him! What are those guys called? Bowsers?
I don't actually know what those ones are called. As if he managed to pilot his way around this thing.
Rocket guys?
I'm surprised it doesn't tell you, like, kill the thing.
It's because you're not supposed to. It's all scripted. Was that it? Oh no, it's just a single dude taking cover on a guardrail.
G53. Miss.
Oh, I get it. It's battleships.
Oh, you got it.
You sunk my assault derrick.
You dropped my assault derrick down an e-hole.
What do these things even do?
What things?
These rigs, what are they for? Digging?
No, they're like I'm pretty sure they're for getting you to like the enemy compound.
Oh.
They're for assaulting.
Oh, they're assault derricks.
Yeah, they're assault derricks.
I
If you
see.
didn't catch that already.
I mean, you'd be an expert, right?
What I think is hilarious though is that there's like 4 guys on this thing.
Yeah, and
You mobilize
slowly...
10 tons of steel to transport 4 or 5 guys?
I think these actually dig. I think we're planning on going underground.
It could be, because that's still considered an assault. Although if you were going to go underground, why not just drill here? If they're coming up, theoretically you can go down.
I suppose, yes.
Is that bad
That
logic?
guy just went for the gun and then just left it.
I think you realized there was too much heat.
Boy, they really just fucked this system with the amount of shit on screen. Like, there's just no reason.
This is also a terrible scene.
Nothing going on.
Yeah.
I'm sure this was awesome.
Drive down there, Drizzy. Drive down there.
I'm sure this was great when we were young.
No, I don't even think I liked this scene when we were young.
I love this game. I played it over and over again.
But there's a difference between this scene and the overall game.
Yeah.
Like this I think is kind of like the metalhead scene in Jak 3 that feels like Jurassic Park.
Oh. I thought that was great. That game runs really smoothly. We should play that game.
It was a very pretty game.
The PS2 era had a lot more smooth running games than the 360 one.
I think it's because there was a lot more creativity in that era. I think once the 360
Yeah.
came around, people just assumed that the machine was going to be powerful enough to push through anything.
No.
Kill the driver.
No. They fully understood. They really worked hard on that one.
Oh yeah, best cinematic ever.
Wow. That's like an in-engine cinematic. They just kind of like told it to move forward.
That explosion was so brutal.
Oh boy.
Oh man, old games are awesome.
Land down's pretty high up.
Aha.
Or maybe it's land own. Oh no.
Land own.
Land down. Alright, thanks for joining us. Next time we'll continue to just shred.
Shredding on the derrick.
Oh no.